Right, today got the BRZ 110 semi-automatic petrol bike. A few of the build processes with you. So to start with, here's a 13mm socket. Underneath the back mud guard, we've got a nut. Take the nut off, lift the back of the seat up, and there's the battery. So we've got the red terminal, black terminal, and pull them out. They're the nuts and bolts that will connect the two cables. It's a bit fiddly to connect the red terminal because you've got metal frame there and the terminal, so we use a pair of pliers, long nose, just to slide that in. Pull the rubber cover off. Posi drive screw inside the terminal and just tighten it up. Lift the cable up, slide the cover back, and push it down. There. Exactly the same process for the other side. The seat, got a clip that goes underneath there, and a little wedge at the front that goes underneath there. So you just put that on top, slide it up, give it a little tap, and then put the bolt hole at the back. Put the washer back on. Tighten that back up. That's the seat done, battery's on. We'll come to the rear of the bike. The suspension on here. You've got a box that comes with the bike. In the box you have everything you need. So pull out the bolt. There's only one bolt in the box, so you won't get it mixed up. 14mm nut and a 13mm bolt head. And all we do is we lift the suspension into place between the two holes and slide the bolt in. There you go. There you go. And then tighten that up with a 13mm socket or a spanner on either end. There, just give it a tighten up. That's the back suspension done. Right, if we move around to the side, in the bag again, 2 footrests. If we offer the footrest up to the mount, we can see that that one tilts forward. That's the right one for that side. If you put the other one on, you can see it tilts backwards. So you need the footrests to tilt forward. So we'll put those on. So take the split pin out, bolt out, and the spring. Now if you look on there, that side's longer. So the spring goes over that, and the coil of the spring at the top fits over the top of the footrest there. So you've got tension on that side, so when you put it in, the other end of the spring fits on top. You push down slightly and just jiggle it until you get the holes lined up. There you go. Put the split pin in and just bend it round. There, like that. That one's done. The same on the other side. We'll come round to the front of the bike. In the box again, in the bag, you will have a handlebar clamps. Bottom handlebar clamp, top handlebar clamp. Now there's a H8 Allen key that fits onto the top of the forks. If you can see there, there's 2 sets of holes. We use the back set, and then we put Loctite thread adhesive on. So put that in the back bolt and the back hole, and if we look on the bottom clamps, there's a little flat piece that goes to the back all the time. So if we point that to the back, we tighten that up. Same on the other side, thread lock. When they're on, look how easy that was. You've got the front brake on here, which front brake always goes to the left hand side as you're looking at the bike. Handlebars into the brackets on the bottom, just making sure that the handlebars are in the centre of the forks. Using a H6 Allen key. I use the gun to start, then I use a socket just to make sure that they're nice and tight. There we go. Now also in the box you have your handlebar foam, which just fits over the top and velcros round. There we go. Now that's the handlebars done. We come round now to the brake. The brake is in, but only by one bolt, so we need to take that bolt out. 10mm spanner or socket. So we undo that. We take the other bolt out. Let that rest. Get some thread lock again. And screw the bolts back in. I'm using a drill, but you can use a socket for it. When the calipers are on, inside there'll be a little wedge holding the calipers. Just pull that out, throw that away. Then with a smaller Allen key, we need to undo the clamp on the front forks and take the other side right out. Pull the brake pipe, put it into the clamp, close the clamp up and put the screw back in. When you start to see the screw tightening, just push the sleeve into the clamp, like that, tighten it up, and the brakes are done. So the next step, we've got the mud guard, and we'll have the number plate on the front. So 8mm socket, or spanner, you just take 4 bolts out from underneath. Now the bolts will come with washers, so we need to put a washer back on each bolt before we put the mud guard on. So we're using the 4 holes on the mud guard. So the front holes first, screw those in, but don't tighten them up, leave them loose for the time being. Put all 4 bolts in, but leave them loose. Alright, once we've got the 4 bolts in, the mud guard's loose. Above the mud guard is a single bolt at the top of the, undo that. Keep hold of that for a minute. Get the number plate, which is here. And on the back of the number plate, you'll see a clip. Now, get the brake pipe and put it behind the clip, like that. Once it's behind, you can see the 2 points there fit into the top of the mud guard. So spin it round, slide those into those holes there, and the bolt that you took out, push through at the top, and it tightens back into the far side, and it's not sticking. Make sure it's loose. So then we can tighten the mud guard up, which will pull it up. There, that's all secure. Throttle cable's loose. On the side of the bike, you'll see there, you've got a strap. Now these 2 cables, we need to strap to the frame, but we don't need to put the throttle cable in that strap. So if we pull the cables to one side, push them through the strap, tighten them up, there, the throttle cable is still loose. We'll cut that, there we go, and that can go in the bin. Right, the last job will be the front wheel. When you strip the bike out of the frame, you will get the front axle bolt. It'll have 2 spacers, actual bolt and a 17mm nut. So what we'll do is we'll put the axle bolt in. Now if you look at the brake pads on the caliper, if they're a bit close together and you don't think you're going to get the disc in, just get a screwdriver and just prise them open slightly. Push your screwdriver in, prise them open slightly. Right. And you should be able to slide the disc so that's slid in. We have the 2 spacers, so the larger spacer goes onto the brake side. So we put that on, lift the wheel up so it fits. We push it through until it comes out the other side. We put the smaller spacer on, then we put the bolt right the way through, nut on the other side, and tighten it up. That's a 17mm nut and a 14mm bar. 17, 14. Once they're tight, just give the brake lever a pull, just to make sure that it's working. Yeah, and on this, if you look here, you've got your restrictor screw, which is nearly touching the brake lever. So what we do is, lightly, there we go. So when you pull the brake lever, it's not touching that screw. That's fine. Tighten that back up. So that's that. Fuel in. Choke on, which is there, pushed up. Green button, start and go.
Right, 110cc bike, just been built, so it's always good just to do a full run over all your nuts and bolts on it. So full checks, sprocket bolts, you've got your plastic bolts, engine bolts, kickstand, you've also got your rear disc brake bolts, and then all right round here on rear brake bolts as well. All these all want to be checked over, just make sure they're all nipped up and nice and tight. Look for anything that might not be ordinary, or you think that's quite right, just give us a shout if you need any help. I'm just going to run through starting it up and whatnot. So it just wants unleaded petrol in, so there's no mixing of oils. Remember, it's 4 strokes, so you just put your petrol in. We've got the key start on here, which is what we're going to do. So if you come around here, mate, so you've got 2 clicks, so that's off. Obviously the key comes out, let's put the key in. 2 is on. You then want the choke and the fuel on. Now on these bikes, sorry mate, come back round here. Just want to make sure this fuel's all in place, and the filter and whatnot's all running through. There's no kinks in this pipe or anything like that. The fuel on is like that. To turn it off, just push it down. So that's on, that's off. If you're ever unsure, you can always just take that off, turn it off, and it's just a quick, take that pipe off, check fuel's coming through. It's a good little tip. Choke up is on, so we need it up to start it. We've got the key on, choke on, good to go. Don't need to do anything else. Press your button. Obviously make sure you got fuel in it. Let it tick over a bit. As you can see, it's starting to struggle. It means it's ready for choke to go down. So push choke down, let it warm up, get a bit of throttle. It's ticking quite nicely, that one. Should you feel that you need to, I'll turn this off, sorry. You obviously use the kill button just to turn it off, but then also make sure you turn it off so you don't kill the battery. Should you feel that it's running quite high or running quite low, your idle screw is just behind the choke there, so same as the 70cc bike we do. Slightly to the right to turn the revs up, slightly to the left to turn it down if you need to do that. If you need any assistance with that as well, you can give us a call or just contact us directly. We'll do some separate videos on that as well. So slightly to the right, turn it up, slightly to the left, turn it down. Now this is running pretty nicely, I don't need to play about with that. Washing of the bike, you can wash the filter obviously. This is the filter, so don't rip that off. People say, is it protective? You know, it's your air filter at the back here, so don't rip it off. Spark plugs, all that sort of stuff, cleaning checks, nut and bolt checks, all follow the manual, otherwise it'll void your warranty. If you feel like it's just turning over but there's churning but there's no firing up with the petrol, you want to check fuel's getting through, take your pipe off, turn it off, and then turn it on quickly whilst the fuel is off, and it'll save your fuel getting everywhere. You can just turn it back on. Quick little tip on that. Spark plug, if you need to check it. Touch wood, you don't need to. Handlebar clamps and that as well, it's always good to, you know, put them in through the testing before, because if your kids get on it, just put firm push on them, firm pull, make sure they're all, and just have a good feel, you know, check everything, nothing's loose once you've built it. And if you've got another set of eyes, just do a quick once over. Happy days. Restrictor, if you want to slow it down for the first time user, screw that further in, slower it goes, further out, faster it goes. Manual that comes with the bike, make sure you follow it, otherwise your warranty gets voided. You have to, you know, check that off, sign it off, you'll be good to go. That's about it. Any more questions? quad-roast.com.